Human rights are children's rights too. International human rights instruments recognize that children as well as adults have basic human rights. Children also have the right to special protection because of their vulnerability to exploitation and abuse. The Convention on the Rights of a Child is the most widely ratified human rights treaties in the world. The CRC is the first legally binding instrument for the protection of the rights of the child. The four core principles of the Convention include non-discriminatory, the rights to life, survival, and development, the best interests of the child, and respect for the views of the child. The Convention and its two optional protocols provide for the economic, social, cultural, civil, and political rights of all humans under 18 years of age. FSM became a CRC treaty body in 2002 and has been doing its best in upholding its principles and requirements to protect the rights of the child in the FSM. However, regardless of laws and policies being established for the protection of the child, Pohnpei is still experiencing problems with human trafficking, corporal punishment, and child marriage. Human trafficking in the state of Pohnpei has been in existence for some time now. Because of its continual existence, a law has been put in place to help protect our children from being exploited and forced into sexual labor. Pohnpei State's law prohibits sex trafficking of children and forced labor of adults. It prescribes penalties for these crimes of up to 10 years imprisonment or fines up to $10,000 or both. Although there are laws established to protect our children from being exploited and sex trafficking, it is still happening, and it could be because of various reasons, for instance, like financial hardships, lack of education, and meeting needs at home. Several cases have been handled by the Pohnpei State Supreme Court involving human trafficking, and that person or persons were convicted. The Human Trafficking Task Force is doing a great job in pursuing the awareness in human trafficking and prevention. The state can continue to support the task force to help eliminate the practice of human trafficking. Child marriage has not been legislated at the national level and in Yap. However, Kosrae, Chuuk, and Pohnpei have specified 18 years as the age of marriage for both males and females. Pohnpei and Chuuk customary marriages are valid and may therefore be conducted without adherence to these minimum age for marriage. However, the consultation on the CRC that took place in the FSM states leading up to the drafting of this CRC report provided an opportunity for further awareness campaign to the different stakeholders on the provisions of the CRC, which they are now in understanding that the definition of the child is any persons under the age of 18 years. Cultural practice, however, still allows young adults to marry under 18 years, and when this happens, police usually are reluctant to pursue investigation based on families' agreement to the marriages and the state not wanting to interfere. Low educational awareness on this issue and the fact that it has been a cultural practice for decades for youths to marry has prevented the laws from fully effective. Law enforcement training and mandatory reporting must continue to be strengthened. Government also needs to earmark and assign adequate resources for social service programs with relevant civil society partners to provide safe spaces for young adolescents to turn to. Empowerment programs for young women under 18 must be identified so that they have an avenue to seek advice when they feel family pressures instead of turning to marriage to run away. Since educational attainment is only required up to 8th grade, teenagers are moving to the next stage of life, which is to get a job and then get married, when they are not yet over 18 years of the age. If FSM can require all students to go through 12th grade, we would be better positioned to delay marriage with many more teenagers. But this is a major funding issue for the states. Corporal punishment in Pohnpei is permissible under the culture at home, but it is prohibited by the Pohnpei state government, established under the Family Act law that was in 2017. At schools, Pohnpei State Department of Education put in place a policy that doesn't allow teachers to inflict any forms of corporal punishment on students. United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child prohibits any states under the treaty party to practice corporal punishment either at schools and at home. Article 19, and I quote, "States parties shall take all appropriate legislative, administrative, social and educational measures to protect the child from all forms of physical or mental violence, injury or abuse, neglect or negligent treatment, maltreatment or exploitation, including sexual abuse, while in the care of parents, legal guardians, or any other person who has the care of the child." End quote. But since Pohnpei has been practicing it for over decades, it has become a norm. Trying to establish a law towards prohibiting corporal punishment in Pohnpei is not going to be an easy task, but if scientific studies and strong supporters can get together and pursue the government to adopt a law towards corporal punishment at home, children would embrace life in a different perspective, which will lead to ending the cycle of violence when they grow up. The state government will need to bring in experts in all necessary fields to help explain the negativities that corporal punishment will do to our children in the long run. The UN Convention on the Rights of the Child tells a familiar and very convincing story about children, childhood, child development, and human rights. Under the convention, the child is perceived as a person in the making who should enjoy the maximum available resources in order to develop into a competent adult at the age of 18.